cost to replace ballasts and lamps in a commercial space can vary significantly depending on several factors. This analysis estimates the potential expenses involved in replacing ballasts and F90-6012 lamps in a storage building with fixtures mounted 10 feet high and a travel time of 10 minutes. The estimate will consider replacing the ballast and 2 lamps per fixture for an estimated 15 to 25 fixtures. Firstly, let's consider the material costs. A ballast for 2 F90-6012 lamps, cold start, 120 volts, is estimated to cost between $20 and $40 per fixture. The F90-6012 lamps themselves are estimated at $6 to $12 per fixture for the pair of lamps. Secondly, let's consider the labor costs. Travel time is estimated at $20 to $30, assuming an hourly rate of $120. The fixture height, at 10 feet, requires either an elevated work platform or a ladder, which adds an approximate $10 per fixture. The lamp replacement labor is estimated at $10 to $20 per fixture for the 2 lamps. The ballast replacement labor is estimated at $20 to $30. Therefore, the total estimated cost per fixture can be calculated. At the low end, the ballast is $20, the lamps are $6, travel time is $20, fixture height is $10, lamp replacement is $10, and ballast replacement is $20, totaling $86, not accounting for overhead costs. At the high end, the ballast is $40, the lamps are $12, travel time is $30, fixture height is $10, lamp replacement is $20, and ballast replacement is $30, totaling $142, not accounting for overhead costs. Considering markup for overhead expenses, at the low end, you can expect a price of $92 to $122 per fixture. At the high end, you can expect a price of $137 to $177 per fixture. Now let's estimate the total cost for 15 fixtures. Using the low-end estimate of $92 to $122 per fixture, the total cost would be $1380 to $1830. Using the high-end estimate of $137 to $177 per fixture, the total cost would be $2055 to $2655. Finally, let's estimate the total cost for 25 fixtures. Using the low-end estimate of $92 to $122 per fixture, the total cost would be $2,300 to $3,050. Using a high-end estimate of $137 to $177 per fixture, the total cost would be $3,425 to $4,425. It's important to consider additional factors that could affect the final cost. This estimate assumes that the ballasts and lamps are readily accessible. If there are obstructions or difficulties in accessing the fixtures, the labor costs may increase. Additional charges may apply for specialized equipment or safety precautions. If the job requires specialized equipment, such as a boom lift, or if there are specific safety precautions that need to be taken, such as working around sensitive equipment, the cost may increase. Discounts may be available for bulk purchases or multiple fixture repairs. If you are purchasing a large quantity of ballasts and lamps, or if you are having multiple fixtures repaired at the same time, you may be able to negotiate a discount with the supplier or contractor. The final price may vary depending on the specific supplier, labor rates, and location. The cost of materials and labor can vary depending on the specific supplier and contractor you choose. Additionally, labor rates can vary depending on the location. For example, labor rates in a large metropolitan area may be higher than labor rates in a rural area. It is advisable to get quotes from multiple contractors to compare prices and services. Before hiring a contractor, be sure to check their credentials, insurance, and references. It is also important to have a written contract that outlines the scope of work, materials, labor, and payment terms. The estimate provided does not account for potential disposal fees of lamps or ballasts. Disposal fees can range based on your locality. Always check with your local municipal or state guidelines on how to dispose of old lamps and ballasts. The estimate also doesn't include any potential tax expenses that may be incurred. Be sure to check with your local, municipal or state guidelines. The estimate also does not include costs for potential permits. Permits could be required and can also add to the cost. In summary, replacing ballasts and lamps in a commercial building involves material and labor costs. The final cost depends on factors like fixture accessibility, equipment needs, bulk discounts, location, and contractor rates. Obtaining multiple quotes and clarifying all potential expenses is essential for accurate budgeting.